I heard a beautiful quote that said, everything is possible, and the impossible just takes a little longer. And that's my motto at this point. At this point, I really believe everything is possible. So this young lady, for example, just shared with me, if you don't mind, I give in a nutshell. They bought one-way tickets to France with their family. Husband, wife, 2 kids are going to take off to Europe, and they don't even have a return ticket yet. And they're just going to take off and tour France and Europe and take some cruises and all that kind of stuff. Is that awesome or what? Goosebump.
Yes.
You are making the impossible possible, because you know how many people are sitting in this country right now that say, this cannot be done. And they have the whole list of all the whys they are not able to do it. It's because they believe they can't do it. And I so congratulate, I'm so happy that you shared that. What a crazy thing to do. And what an awesome thing to do. And isn't that what everybody wishes? Isn't that, you know, that longing and the crazy stuff? So blessed be, and have a fabulous time, and let us know how you did it. You know, that's where I want to model people, like, what causes you to have so much trust and be able to get the finances together and that make this miracle happen? How cool is that? Or when someone tells me, hey, I'm opening a business, or Bruce just showed me a beautiful piece of artwork that Pearl created. I didn't know you can do that. I know you're incredibly artistic. I didn't know you're a silversmith too. Most people are like, well, you can't do that. You can't make money like that. You cannot have a business like that. You gotta work for the man, whatever. And I look at a room full of people who I know are dream builders, are people who make stuff happen. And that's the world we live in Quantum NLP. And seriously, at this point, it's like, whatever you want. I made a little limiting statement the other day, which was, the sky is the limit. And then one of my students immediately reprimanded me and said, oh, come on, that's so limited to think that the sky is the limit. I'm like, you're right, we are limitless, right? So this is the world we're playing in, you guys. It is so exciting. And I'm going to tell one on myself right now, because my kids are the true masters in all of this. So my son Max, who is tremendously artistic, and he's talked for the last 5-6 years, he's 11 now, that he wants to be a movie director, he wants to make his own movies. Well, guess what? We just went through the shift. Now he wants to open a health food cafe. Like, what? Where does that come from? So he tells me that, oh, Mama, we're going to have a health food cafe. And they know I'm a fashionista when it comes to lattes and cappuccinos. So he's interviewing me, hey, Mama, would you help us to make sure we make really good coffee? And, you know, he's giving me all this stuff, and he's really excited about building this cafe. With his cousin, of course. That's a very important part of it. Guess what I did? I went down. I spiraled myself down here to low consciousness, and I said the stupidest thing I could have said. Well, do you know that that's going to be a lot of work? I felt so bad. The second the words had left my mouth, I'm like, no, I'm so sorry I said that. I'm so sorry I said that. You know what he says? Mama, not for us, because we are going to use the law of attraction.
There you go.
That's it. And that's what we want. No, it's not, because we're going to lose the law of attraction, right? And to have that kind of mindset, that normalcy about it, that's what I want for people. It's not trudging through life and once in a while we have a little glimpse of happiness and some bliss. No, we want to be up here and then have glimpses of unbelievableness, of like miracles. And that's what Jill shared with me the other day. She says, I live in a world of miracles. Miracles happen every day. And even as we're talking about this whole thing with going to France, this is literally the conversation I had with Bruce an hour ago, and so I was just talking to Shirley. She confirmed what we talked about an hour ago, which is a miracle. Of all the millions of subjects we could be talking about, how can a subject come up twice in an hour? And that's the world everybody, I believe, on this earth can play in and live in on a consistent basis. It's not just a little 11-year-old who happens to get a little glimpse of it. This is what should be normal for everybody. This is what should be taught in schools. This is what should be given to moms when they are nursing their babies as like, hey, by the way, did you know that you can tremendously influence the neurology of your child with the kind of songs you sing to them, with the kind of, you know, they have the baby Einstein, the kind of stuff where they show babies art and they have the Mozart music and all that fun stuff. Imagine doing that with life skills, goal setting, and you can have whatever you want, and you are a brilliant, beautiful person, and as long as you put your mind to it, you know, that kind of stuff that really encourages us versus the squish down and the you can't do it and you're not good enough kind of talk that most of us have received, right? I'm not alone here. It was always like, well, I'm going to keep you safe, just like I was with my kids. Well, remember, it's going to be a lot of work. I didn't want to be malicious to him. I just wanted to, you know, save him the trouble or whatever. I just wanted to be nice and help him deal with this world just the way it is until I realized, yikes, how limiting is that? You know, it's going to be a lot of hard work. So in that moment, it's like, oh, thank you so much, little master. Time to learn, time to learn.